Hey everyone, it's Liana here. I am going to share with you how I apply my jams. So I've already done most of my fingers except for one, because I'm going to show you. On this hand is completely done. This hand I actually haven't even completely trimmed them yet, because I like to do all of the hands and then go back and trim them after they're cooled. So to prep my nails, which I've already done, I use a cuticle spoon to push back my cuticles, scrape off the invisible cuticle. I buff them and also wipe them with an alcohol swab to get all of the oils off of my natural nails so that the nail wraps stick very well. And then just file them and shape them down. So I will take my orange stick to get the wrap off of the sheet. You do not want to touch the back of the sheet or back of the wrap with your fingers, because your oils from your fingers can get on the adhesive, break it down, and then it won't stick to your nail very well. So what I like to do is apply them cold. I do what we call the cold application, so I do not heat them up before I put them on. And as you can see, I've already done nails, so I already have like the middle of the wraps left that I can use for toes or some accents, you know, or little kids can also use the small pieces of the middle of the wrap. So I lift up the entire wrap from the sheet, which I've already done from this hand, actually wrong end, so I want to go on that end. So I take the wrap, put it on my nail, up against the cuticle. Do not touch the cuticle. I just want to gently, very loosely lay it on my nail. And then as you can see, it's not touching the cuticle, it's just kind of up against it. And then trim off the excess here. I like to leave this, my pointer finger is a lot curved, more like curvy and dome-like compared to the rest of my fingers. So I actually like to leave a little bit of length, which probably like this would be fine, but I'll trim it just a little bit, and I will show you why in just a minute. So once I have that trimmed down, turn on my cute little mini heater here. Let that heat up. Heat the wrap for a few seconds just so that it gets nice and soft and flexible. Take my handy dandy rubber cuticle pusher here, and then I press down just in the middle of my nail, up against the cuticle. So I push kind of under my cuticle, push that back, and then go all the way down the center of my nail to the tip. So it's not actually pressed down along the edges, it's only pressed down in the middle. Heat it again, focus on the edges, on the sides, and then I'm going to take my finger and press down from the middle of the nail to the edge. Just kind of smooth down the edge there. Just from the middle to the side. So it's nice and smooth. Take the cuticle pusher, apply lots of pressure along the edge and along the cuticle. Make sure it's nice and smoothed out. And then this is where the length of the wrap, what I want to show you is, since my nails are, my index fingers are really curvy, you probably can't even tell, but I get buckling kind of like along the edges, sometimes even at the tip of it, where it kind of puckers up. So what I like to do, heat it up, and then I take the end of the wrap and I pull it and I stretch it. Just like that. So it kind of pulls out the buckles. And it just stretches down. So that helps if you do have more curvy nails, or if you have a problem with wrinkles or buckling on the edges. Also, that can happen too if the wrap is too big. You don't want it touching any skin on the sides, because it can cause the wrap to lift. If like so oils and lotions and water can get underneath the wrap if it is touching any skin, because the adhesive will not stick to your skin. You want it only on the wrap. So if you can see here, there is a little bit of sliver of nail showing right there, because that wrap is a little bit smaller than my natural nail, which is fine because when you look at it you can't even tell, but you know, from the side. But if it was touching the skin, it wouldn't last as long. It would lift up, and then I get more buckling and wrinkling there too. So I will take my scissors, trim that down, and I do like to apply a little bit more pressure with my finger just to make sure that it's, you know, nice and smooth, just so I know that I'm applying as much pressure as I can. So that's the key, is lots and lots of pressure and heat. Then once everything's cooled, just like how these already have, take my file, my Jamberry file, or any rough grit file would be fine, and you want to file down, just straight down your nail. Do not file upwards and do not file side to side, as that will make the wrap lift up. So down only, lots of pressure so that you're actually filing through the wrap there, because it'll just crumble right off. And then just make sure you are pressing through the wrap. I have watched other people try this for the first time, and they don't press, they don't give enough pressure when they're filing off the excess wrap. So they're just lightly filing it, and it's not actually filing through and doesn't crumble off. You want to actually file through the wrap to your nail so that it does shape nicely to your natural nail. And then go through and do all your nails. Just file off that excess wrap. And then when I am done using this file, since this is a more coarse file, it does leave the tips of my nails a little bit rough, maybe a little jagged, and that kind of drives me crazy because then it snags like on my clothing or on a towel or blankets, and it just, I don't like it, and then it also could cause the wrap to lift up. So I like to take our buffer block and smooth out the edges there. Just make them nice and smooth. Lately too, I have grown to love our wonderful glass files, which Jamberry now has, so you can get our pretty Jamberry plum purple glass file. They come 2 in a pack. You can get that right on my website. That's brand new, that just came out this catalog, so that's exciting. So this is a nice smoother, finer grit, so I like to smooth out the edges. And then another thing too is to file on an angle, so you're actually taking off like a little sliver of the wrap from the top of your nail. So you may see a little bit of nail through the top of it, but I mean, you could barely tell. But I like to do that just to make sure that everything's nice and smooth along the edges. So just do that. That way there's guarantee that there is no wrap hanging off the edge of your nail, and it won't lift on anything. So I'll file those later. So as you can see, it's nice and trimmed. And then what I like to do is apply cuticle oil to my cuticles, usually the next day. I like to apply my nail wraps at night, so that I can just, like, I'm not getting them wet, showering or doing any dishes. Shortly after that I want to let them cure. So I usually do them right before bed, and then the next day I'll put cuticle oil on there, and then I apply cuticle oil pretty much every day just to make sure my cuticles are nice and moisturized. So there you have it. Here's my bit of luck for St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully this answered some questions that any of you might have. If there's any other troubleshooting issues that I can help with, let me know. If you have any issues with buckling, I can probably show you a couple of different tips and tricks that we have. If you have any questions about anything else, let me know. Hopefully this did help you, and I thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later.